And this is yoga for functional strength with a focus on our upper body. Let's begin on hands and knees. Knees set at hip distance apart, wrists set underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, pushing down beneath the finger pads, the space underneath your knuckles and the heels of the palms evenly. Pull the shoulders firmly down the back, away from the ears. Try and turn your elbow creases to face forward, so the biceps are facing forward as well. Then on an inhalation breath, we're going to drop the chest down towards the ground without altering the bend in the elbows. And then on your exhalation breath, feel the chest rise back up towards the ceiling for a scapular press. Inhalation breath, feel the chest drop down. Exhalation breath, feel the chest rise up. Again, inhalation breath, chest drops down. Exhalation breath, chest rises up. We're just going to add to this our cat and cow, but starting with the scapular press. So inhalation breath, the chest drops down. Then from here, stick your bottom back and then pull your chest forward and then have that gaze forward. Exhalation breath, we're going to lift up out of that drop down of the chest so that we feel the shoulder blades pull together in the back of the body. Then tuck the tailbone under and emphasize that separation of the shoulder blades as the chin tucks in. Inhalation breath, we're feeling that drop down of the shoulder blades being more firmly onto the back. Then we're sticking our bottom back and then we're pulling our chest forward and lifting our gaze. Again, we're going to come now to the separation of the shoulder blades, so start to push the floor away with your hands. Tuck your tailbone under, emphasize the separation, chin into the chest. Then feel the drop down, so the crown of the head will feel like it's coming down towards the ground. Stick the bottom back and then pull the chest forward. A couple more like that. Separate the shoulder blades as much as you can. Tuck the tailbone, arch into your spinal flexion. Drop down, feel the shoulder blades draw together, and then drop into that back extension. Last one like this. Nice work. From here, let's come into some downward dog walkout. So we'll tuck our toes under and then press into the earth with our hands, hover our shin bones away from the ground, and then pike the hips up towards the ceiling. Let's see if we can lower the heels closer towards the ground, if not to touch. Soften through the kneecaps, bring the sit bones high and feel the scapula, the shoulder blades again, just pull onto the back. Then we're going to walk the hands just gently back towards the feet. And then let's reverse that. Start to walk the hands forward, and I want you to stabilize through your shoulders as that body weight transfers forward. See how it feels as you then melt the chest back towards the legs, pull the shoulder blades together on the back, create space between the tips of the shoulders and your earlobes, and then walking the hands back in towards the feet, nice and stable. We're going to adjust from here to an entire plank walkout. So walking the hands forward, and then as they come forward, feel that distance between your belly and your thighs increase until we find a position where we can drop the pelvis down and feel that our shoulders are in alignment with our wrists. We can drop to the knees if we need, if the core strength is not quite there to help the low back feel happy. And then from this position, we walk it back into our pike and all the way to a forward fold. If the knees drop down, lift them back up. Transfer your gaze to your legs, feel the shoulders come onto the back, and then start to walk the hands back towards the feet. We'll do that again, walking the hands forward, feeling the support of those shoulders in this movement. If your wrists are struggling, really try and emphasize that push down into the finger pads as well. Check that those elbow creases are still facing forward here. Engage the scapula on the back of the body, knee drop if needed, and then piking the hips up towards the ceiling, walking the hands back with control. And one more time, walking the hands forward and finding that plank position. Wrists underneath the shoulders, pelvis drops down. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Really good work. From here, we're all going to drop to our knees and work on our scapular press-ups in this position. So now we have more work through the core as well, more body weight into the shoulders. As we inhale and feel that chest lower, exhale, feel the chest rise up. Check those elbow creases are still facing forwards. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Well done. We got 3 more like this. The exhalation breath drives the push away from the ground, while the inhale takes that lower down towards the mat. Beautiful. After that last one, let's give our wrists some relief. Hips them towards the heels, rolling through the wrists. We'll come from here into some practice of our chaturanga work that we do in our upper body. And the easiest way to do from a mat positioning, it's really good if you can practice these movements on an incline. So if you have a chair, a table edge, something that you can use, if you're struggling to do it from the knees, which we'll come to soon, or from the full plank position. But everyone can try this one. Hands and knees, knees hip distance apart, elbow creases facing forward. That's the main one to think about here. On our inhalation breath, we're going to bend at the elbows and bring our forehead close towards the ground. Tuck the elbows into the rib cage. Tip of the nose finds the mat. Exhale, drive back up. If your elbows fan out at all, I really want you to focus on trying to tuck them in. Tip of the nose to the mat. Exhale, push up. Yeah, well done. Inhale, down we come. Elbows graze the rib cage. Bottom sticks up towards the ceiling, and then push up. Let's do that 4 more times. Down and up. 3 more like this. And 2 to go. Last one. Nice work. We're going to come all the way from here down onto our bellies. Take your time to set this positioning up. And then let's think about the pull movement that we do when we are lifting away from the ground. So we're going to take our hands in behind our back and glide them up towards the space between our shoulder blades. We take an inhalation breath in this position, and then exhale, push your pubic bone down into the mat, belly button to the back of the spine, and we're going to draw the arms out long and try and clap the hands together behind our back. We'll hold here a couple of breaths, really feeling that squeeze between the shoulder blades, the work on keeping our hands as high as possible, our arms as high as possible, and then coming down with control. If you have the range, you might do your next round of these with the fingertips just lightly interlaced as we bend at the elbows. And then exhalation breath, push the pubic bone down, try and bring the clasped hands in behind the back and squeeze those shoulder blades together, keeping a neutral neck, pushing into the pubic bone, activating the glutes, pulling the belly button to the back of the spine. Holding, and then coming down with control, rebending those elbows. We'll do this 1 more time. Exhalation breath, pubic bone pushes down, abdominals are on, lifting, squeezing. You can always use, again, a band, a necktie, an old towel, something between the hands so you can get that beautiful sensation of grip if you don't have the range to connect your fingertips. 1 more deep breath in here, and then exhale, we'll come on down. From here, let's set up for a reverse chaturanga coming up from the earth. So bringing the palms to frame the chest, tuck the elbows as tightly as you can, pull the shoulders down the back. We'll start with a cobra. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push the pubic bone down. Abs are on. Lift the chest, lift the hands. Feel that challenge, that squeeze. And then from here, lowering back down to the ground. We'll do that again, but this time we'll push into the hands. We're still going to anchor the pubic bone down to the ground. We might bend up the knees and hold them like this if that feels better for you. Otherwise, in this position. Keep tucking those elbows in, keep pulling those shoulders down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pubic bone pushes down, glutes engage so that we can lift the body in a plank-like nature from crown of the head through to the tailbone. From here, we're going to lower down just so far as you can without your elbows fanning and without your low back sagging, and then exhale, push back up again. Inhale, lower down without the low back sagging, so angling the pubic bone towards the ground, squeezing the glutes on, and then pushing back up again. If you can go all the way down, try and slow that journey down. So you're not doing it quickly, you're coming down as slowly as you can. Down, 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 and up. Nice, 2 more to go. And last one. So this is where I would encourage you, if this is really difficult, you just don't have the strength and you're getting a real minimal drop. And if you're getting a couple of centimeters, that's cool, work there to start. But where you could come onto an incline and put your hands on the edge of a table, put your hands on an edge of a bench. You can even use the wall as a choice, though something that's a little bit lower in incline will be more effective if you can manage it. Nice work, everyone. From here, let's come to some beautiful stretches. Finding a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like in your lower body. We're going to take a exhalation breath, well, an inhalation breath first, sorry, just to fan your arms out. Let those shoulders relax. Exhalation breath, interlace the fingers, drop the rib cage in towards the hips, chin into the chest, and then flipping your grip, inhalation breath as you reach those hands up towards the ceiling, expand the chest. Exhalation breath, taking your hands in behind your back, dropping your rib cage once more in towards your hips, and then inhale, again, expand the chest, but this time with the shoulders pulling back. Again, if you can't interlace, it's okay, go for something else. Exhalation breath, bringing the hands around at the front, rib cage to the hips. Inhalation breath, reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhalation breath, coming down behind the back, rib cage to the hips. Inhalation breath, pulling the heart forward, lifting the gaze. Another round. Exhalation breath, bringing the interlaced hands forward, rib cage to the hips. Inhalation breath, reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhalation breath, dropping in behind the back, rib cage to hips. Inhalation breath, shining your heart forward. Beautiful work. From here, just give everything a little bit of a shake, maybe some little shoulder rolls. And then head off into the day, enjoying the sensation of functional strength through the upper body, or perhaps moving on to another unit from this course for a full functional fitness or functional strength workout in yoga. Well done.